Welcome! Today we're jumping into something really special, a profound spiritual text from the Middle Ages. We're going to explore a powerful and deeply personal vision of divine love, stepping right into the world of a 14th century mystic. It's an incredible journey, so let's get right to it. So, let me start by asking you something. Imagine for a second, if you could see the one thing you desire most in the entire world, what would you ask for? This very question sits at the absolute heart of the ancient document we're looking at today. It's a question that's really designed to get at our deepest longings. And for the person who wrote this text, that question wasn't just some thought experiment. Nope, it was the kickoff to a powerful, personal experience, a series of what they call revelations, coming directly from God.
What you're looking at here is a page from that very account. It was written by a mystic, we don't know their name, way back in the 14th century. And they documented, with amazing clarity, exactly what they were shown in these visions. Okay, so let's get into this invitation. The mystic describes God looking down, just full of gladness and joy, and then posing this very direct question, almost like you would to a good friend. It's so simple, right? But it's so significant. The her in this question, as the text goes on to explain, is Mary, the mother of Jesus. The mystic calls her the blessed creature most desired to see. So for them, that's the answer to that big opening question.
This first vision we're looking at, which is actually the 11th revelation in the whole series, is all about understanding joy and love through a specific beloved person. It's a way of using a figure people knew and loved to explain a concept that's, well, infinite.
Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. The text immediately pivots. Sure, the vision might have started as a personal experience for one person, but the message? The message is for everyone. The author is very clear that God is speaking to all mankind who will be saved, as though to one person.
And this slide just illustrates that pivot perfectly. The question shifts, and it's a subtle change, but wow, is it powerful. It goes from, would you like to see her, to would you like to see in her how you are loved? It's not about just seeing some revered person anymore. It becomes a mirror. The invitation is to see your own value through the love shown to her.
And here's the crucial point, the why behind it all. God is basically saying, listen, I elevated her to show you the kind of love I have for you. The joy that she represents isn't exclusive. It's a gift that's meant to bring delight to everyone who can understand what it really means.
And it's really important to get this. This wasn't some kind of physical vision, like seeing a ghost or something. The mystic is super clear about it. They didn't see a body, they had a spiritual vision. It was an understanding of her inner qualities, her truth, her wisdom, her love, her very essence.
So this vision unfolds in three distinct parts, like three acts in a play, and it shows a complete spiritual journey. It starts with a moment of incredible divine purpose, then it moves through profound human suffering, and it culminates in a state of ultimate blissful joy. So let's move on to the next revelation, because this is where everything builds. After being shown love through a specific person, the lens just pulls way, way back to reveal something far more universal.
Right after that vision of Mary, the mystic says God showed himself yet more glorified. You can almost feel the intensity ramping up here. The experience is shifting from understanding the nature of love to understanding the nature of being itself. And there it is. The focus shifts from a created being, no matter how amazing, to the creator. We're moving from a person to the very source of all existence. But think about it. How do you even begin to explain a supreme being? Well, the text boils this huge, complex idea down into two incredibly simple, powerful words, repeated for emphasis. It is I. That's it. All of existence, all of reality, just contained in that single declaration of self. The text then unpacks what this I really means. God says, it is I you love, it is I you desire, it is I who am your purpose, it is I who am all. Every single longing, every goal, every feeling we have, it all traces back to this one singular source.
So after these two massive connected visions, one so personal and one so universal, what's the core message? What did the mystic ultimately learn from this whole profound experience?
This experience leads to this really fundamental understanding about being human, that there's a deep-seated restlessness in all of our souls, and it can only be satisfied by connecting with our source, which the text defines as the fullness of joy and true life.
So if you boil it all down, these revelations kind of chart a path for us. It starts by making a huge abstract idea like divine love really tangible and personal.
Then it shows us that our own joy is tied to recognizing that love. And ultimately, it suggests that our deep inner drive for purpose, that restlessness, is really just a search for this source.
You know, it's really a beautifully structured spiritual lesson. It guides you from the relatable, seeing value and love in someone else, all the way to the profound realization that this feeling connects you to something universal. It's a journey from admiration to self-recognition.
And that brings us to a final thought, a way to connect this medieval quest directly to our own lives today. If that fundamental human drive is for what the mystic calls true life, what does that mean to you? What experiences or connections quiet that restlessness inside and just make you feel truly alive? It's a heck of a question to ponder.